Hello guys, today I'm going to be reviewing the Radian XL 2.6 millimeter. This is the giant class, and this is my first few flights that I took on it, and I thought I'd just give you an initial impression on it. And this is the type of airplane, obviously it's not a high performance airplane, it's just to enjoy nice evenings, it's to enjoy just trying to land, and it's enjoying to try to fly thermals. So this is obviously not a high performance airplane or even an aerobatic airplane. It can do loops. I just did one loop. I haven't done any inverted flying with it. They say it can, but we'll see. But it's not really intended for that, so don't think you can snap roll it or knife edge, or it's not going to do anything like that. It really doesn't even have any ailerons on the wing, just some spoilers to slow you down on landing. But this is the reason kind of why I got it was to try to find some thermals around my area, and just to sit down in the lawn chair and just fly for 30 minutes trying to pick up thermals. And another reason why I got it was just to sometimes you don't feel like flying, sometimes you just feel like sitting, and you don't really feel like really thinking, just feel like relaxing. So this is kind of the reason why I got it. It's just a relaxer. It's really basically pretty boring, but it's kind of fun to land and kind of just glide around. And it's really just it's not a thinker airplane. It's just a fun, good, easy airplane to fly around. And that's kind of what I can say. This is a 8.5 foot wing, and it has spoilers on it. I'll show you those on it as well. This is the elevator that goes up and down, and then rudder, and then it was pretty nice when it was bound. It just bound all together, so you really didn't have to do anything. Just obviously check your elevator and rudder and make sure it's working right. But all you do is it's a 3-position switch. So I'll kind of show you right there. 1, 2. Oh yeah, so that's 1, 2, and 3. So it's pretty cool. I might try to integrate it into ailerons. I'm not sure if I'm going to. It's just one plug-in right now, but I might try to do that as well. And then if you get into they say a 3,000 milliamp battery, but I didn't have a 3,000 milliamp battery, and I didn't really want to spend money on a 3,000 milliamp battery. And all I really have is a 2200 milliamps. I have a whole bunch of airplanes that use them, so I just stuck a 2200 milliamp in it, and it works great. It balances out. You're supposed to balance it 91 millimeters from the leading edge, from the root, and that would be like right about there. There's basically a spar underneath here, and you basically put your finger right on the spar, or right on the aft side of the spar, on the first spar, and that's where the 91 millimeters are, and it balances just perfectly. And it's still a little nose heavy too, even with this battery in there, so it works. I mean, I don't know how long I get on the flight, but it's long enough. It will work just fine. So if you want your 2200 milliamp batteries, it will work just fine. Tested it, prove it, and it works great. And yeah, basically the setup was really, really nice. It just went together super simple. The hardest thing on this airplane, what to do, was when we had to glue the rudder hinges in. There's 3 of them, and that was it. That was the most inconvenient thing. If from the factory, it would have been nice if they would have glued those in, but other than that, that was the worst thing I had on this airplane. Everything else was a breeze. The other thing is, when I was gluing this in, I had to spray some kicker on it because my thin CA wasn't really working that well. So just be aware, make sure it doesn't really dry instantly, obviously, with the foam on there. There's really no air. The other thing that I just noticed, it just seems like the tail's really kind of wobbly. Some people online have been saying that's kind of wobbly, but that's kind of how it is, and it flies just great. And I noticed that there was a little, you can't see it right now. Let's see if I can get on here. I can't. Oh yeah, you can see there's a little cut. I can't tell on my cut right there, and I see them on all the gliders that they have in this brand. I'm not sure why they have that, but it does definitely flex there. So I don't know why they do it that way, but it flies. I mean, I'm not going to just rip on it. I'm not going to, you know, beat on it, but there's definitely some flex there. It's just, it was a little, it doesn't seem very good to have that, but it flies. So I'll just let it go. Some people have been upgrading and putting carbon fiber through here, and I just decided that Horizon Hobby is pretty good on what they put out. I'm just going to fly it, and you know what, in the air I don't notice it. It does wobble around, you know, on the ground, but in the air I don't notice it. So that's about all for that, and then I'll just show you inside real quick. Okay, so the only real complaint that I have right now is just there's screws in here, and there's 2, 4, 5 screws. It's just easy to lose those, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do for sure on those. I can definitely see me losing one at the field. I might just take put a little screwdriver right inside here just to have it, and a couple spare screws, and I might just do that just for convenience factor. It could definitely take the weight on there. The other thing that I just noticed first initial was that this antenna right here, you can see it kind of got bent up a little bit because when I put it on, I think they stick the antenna like right up in there, just like this, if you can see. And it's supposed to go on the other side, but it basically crimped it, and it still works, and I don't think it broke the wire. So I'm going to put some tape and tape it down below there. And one thing, when I did that, it didn't really sit sit level with the fuselage very well. So other than that, it's so far I've been liking it. It's, you know, not an aerobatic airplane, which I knew that. And I don't think there's anything else. The motor seems nice. It has plenty of power. I just gave it full power and throw it, and it just flies right out of your hands, no problem whatsoever on that. I do like the elevator, how easy it is. There's 4 screws that you have to put in, but I have a car that works just fine, and I don't have to take it apart. You can take these off and on, but I'm just going to leave those on. But basically the trim and where they had it all set, all I had to do was put the elevator clevis on, put the rudder clevis on, the rudder, and it was good. It was trimmed right out of the box. Everything worked just perfect, and it was probably the easiest plug and play ARF that I had, and I would definitely recommend it. I would definitely recommend it if somebody was interested in it. You just have to realize that it's going to be, you know, a glider, but I would definitely recommend it. It was fun. It's big. It has a big factor to it, just how large it is. It seems big, and that's about it. So thanks for watching. Bye.